Hello, my lovelies. I am Madam Crystal Butterfly. And today, my lovelies, I have a oh-so-thrilling tale of terror called The Cursed Spirit by Marissa D'Angelo. Now, before we get into what the Cursed Spirit is, let's have a little chit-chat about the brilliant mind that crafted this story.
Marissa became an author in 2020, and as of the making of this video, she has written and published 6 books. 5 of her books are a part of her Tales of Charles Island series, which includes The Cursed Spirit 1 and 2, The Cursed Vessel, The Cursed In and Presence. With the exception of The Cursed Spirit 1 and 2, all of her books in her Tales of Charles Island series take place in different eras with different characters. She also published her memoir called Chasing Time. For Marissa, writing is both therapy and an escape. She wrote her memoir during several therapy sessions in order to get her thoughts out. What triggered her to dip her toes into the world of fantasy, however, was her habit of dreaming about different worlds. The fantasies of her imagination inspired her to write fictional books. Sometime after the creation of her story Presence, Marissa was fascinated by the rumored curse on Charles Island that dated back to the 1600s when Native Americans mostly resided in the area. She soon came up with the idea of writing a story from the chief's son's perspective, where he desires to explore the island that is forbidden for him to set foot on. This idea led to the creation of the Cursed Spirit. You know, my lovelies, lately I seem to be running into more and more authors with nerves of steel, because just like the last couple of authors I introduced on this channel, Marissa did not have a drop of fear when it came time to publish her books. Also, I have to applaud Marissa. She has already written and published 6 books, and she's made it clear she's just getting started. Right now, she's working on another story that is based on a young detective who tries to solve the mystery of disappearances that occur in her town, only to find that her worst nightmares are coming true. Marissa truly loves books for the adventure that they send people on at any given time, in any given place. You can open up a book and be in a whole different world, which is such an amazing feeling.
Time to take a deeper look into the Cursed Spirit.
The pathway to paradise was the only way to describe the island's tempting ways. Unspoken rumors of curses that were set on its land are known by most, but not how they were formed. When the Native Americans mostly inhabited the lands, a tribal chief's son finds himself wrapped up in the island's temptations. Catori seeks to find out why it is off limits to his tribe and uncovers its horrific past when a creature that is said to lurk in the shadows of the night's abyss becomes reality. It leaves Catori with no choice but to do whatever it takes to save his people.
I have mentioned this in the past. The 2 genres that I always judge the hardest is romance and horror. Now, Marissa, I suggest you pat yourself on the back because I found your tale of terror thrilling all the way through.
Let's take a look at the story's main character, Catori. He's the chief's son, so he is expected to lead the tribe one day. Catori is an interesting character via the deep conflict he has inside himself. Majority of his conflict stems from the island his tribe lives nearby that is forbidden to visit. I'm going to get more into the role the island plays in the story later in the review. All I'm going to say now is that Catori deeply desires to explore the island To stop himself, he reminds himself that as the chief's son, he has a responsibility to his people. If he runs off to the island, then he would fail that responsibility. Part of his fear sprouts from his desire to impress his father. He also cares deeply about everyone in his tribe, making him fearful of being a disappointment to everyone. His love for his people pushes him to put far too much pressure on himself. For example, the story takes place during winter. As you can guess, during the winter months, it's harder to maintain resources. Via this fact, his tribe is attempting to make sure everyone has enough food. In his fascination about the island, Catori spends most of the day when he's supposed to be fishing, daydreaming about the island instead. He wastes so much time daydreaming that his friend Aponi has to come find him because it's getting late. Catori is, in my opinion, too hard on himself for not catching a fish. He refuses to come home until he does because as the chief's son, he feels that for him to return with nothing is too large of a humiliation. In response, Aponi catches a fish for him, which he has mixed feelings about taking credit for. However, she's insistent he take credit and he gives in. Catori giving in to taking credit for the fish makes him even more determined to make sure he brings back food for the tribe the next day. When he is able to kill a buck big enough to provide the tribe with a decent amount of food, he is not rewarded with the satisfaction of bringing home a nice amount of food. Catori is only a little comforted by the fact that his tribe will not starve. Because when he killed the buck, he noticed that the buck had a doe and a baby, meaning the buck's family will have to suffer without him. In a lot of hunting scenes, the moment the animal dies, there's always cheering and excitement from the person who killed it. Catori's willingness to understand the full meaning of the animal's sacrifice is refreshing. He has a strong understanding of the importance of all life. It shows the character's kindness and humility, granting a deeper view into what kind of person Catori is.
Despite what they say, my lovelies, Catori and Aponi might be a little bit more than friends.
Since they were small, Catori and Aponi have been extremely close. The whole tribe is just waiting for them to declare their love for each other. While the tribe is waiting for the pair to start their relationship, Catori tells himself that Aponi only sees their relationship as friendship and that he only desires friendship as well. He holds on to this idea of them only being capable of being friends until Aponi's life is put in danger. When that happens, Catori has to accept that he wanted to be more than friends with her for a while.
There is a lot more I would like to say about Aponi's character. Sadly, a lot of the things I would like to tell you about her leak into the spoiler territory. So you know, my lovelies, if you want to learn more about Aponi, I suggest you grab a copy of the Cursed Spirit. Speaking of this book, let's have a look-see at the island.
The island near the tribe is home to spirits. Many of the spirits are good, yet sadly there are also many spirits that are just wicked. A long time ago, when the tribe used to visit the island, an evil spirit did something horrible. Out of fear from the spirit's actions, it was agreed that no one should set foot on that island. Instead, temptation to go to the island would be a test. The test is pretty much, for the most part, meant to discourage anyone from the tribe from actually going to the island to prevent another tragedy. Catori was made aware that there are bad spirits on the island. He does, however, have trouble grasping how dangerous the evil spirits are, creating a little bit of a struggle for him with not giving in to his strong desire to go to the island. Thankfully, unlike other horror stories, he pretty much puts his foot down with himself and refuses to give into any temptation to go to the island. As I mentioned earlier, one of the ways he forces himself not to even try entertaining the idea of going to the island is his fear of failing in his role as the chief's son. Catori does, however, seek out more information as to why the evil spirits prevent them from visiting the island. What's so dangerous about them? His curiosity in that regard sprouts more from the fact that people used to visit the island from time to time, all the time in the past. So why now are these spirits so dangerous that they can't go? When he finally does get his answer, the truth of why deeply haunts him. And to make matters worse, no sooner does he learn the truth about what the evil spirit did that made everyone decide not to set foot on the island, he soon learns that the evil spirit is attempting to use love to manipulate him into going to the island.
It's time for this story's butterfly score. So, when it comes to the Cursed Spirit, it is getting the rating of 5 butterflies out of 5. This was a very, very fun read all the way through, my lovelies, and I found the direction the author took her story to be very interesting, and I look forward to reading more of this author's work. Now, my lovelies, if you've made it to this part of the video, I would like to say thank you oh so much. And please give this video a like, leave me a little comment. And if you have not yet, slap that subscribe button like it owes you money. And don't forget to give that little notification bell a ring. And with that, my lovelies, this video is a wrap. Now, if you please, come with me as we dance into a world of magic.